Alright, I'm back with Mark's Design Room. I'm Mark, so really this is kind of like my design room, and there's something in my face. What the heck? Okay, I got it. I don't know what that was. Um, it's a little hot in here right now, uh, given that there's something wrong with the environmental systems down here in engineering right now. I can't quite pinpoint what it is, but I can't call on anybody to fix it because it's my responsibility to fix it. But instead, I'm wasting time making this video. So let's get right down into it. What are we doing? There's not one, not two, not three. Actually, there's just a random number of things we're going to look at. I'll see where the spirit of the moment takes me. But for now, the number one thing I wanted to look at was my newest 2D image project that I've been working on for a few months now. That's how long these things take. They're always in the back burner. This is the Bolero, and I thought people might be interested in seeing this. A behind-the-scenes look, all the gory details, how the sausage is made, when things are ugly. That's this. Hopefully not the final product. Hopefully the final product is not ugly. But let's take a gander at what's going on with this ship. I've called this the Bolero. Feel free to look up what that means. It has multiple meanings. But I like the musical one. Take from it what you will. The thing about names is that it means different things to different people. But usually when I'm coming up with a ship, I try hard to come up with an NCC designation and a name that hasn't been taken, even by fans and fan designs. It gets very hard. So I really have to grasp at strings sometimes. So forgive me if you think this name is strange. I think it's smooth. I think it's slick, and I think it represents what this ship is about. And interestingly, in this video, you're getting the environment shot. You're getting a very, very near to completion shot of the ship. Normally, you might be seeing a ship that's basically just alone, like an orthographic view, but this time we're seeing the environment because we're 99% of the way there. What do I have left to do? Hull livery, some of it. I got to put the name on it, the registration, a few different environmental tweaks, and we're almost there. So, here's our wireframe view. There's our starship. As you can see, it's a tuna-sailed ship. It's got a delta-shaped main section and a swooping engineering section that's built into the frame here, okay? So this is a single hull. Two impulse engines. Forgive me for having it look very bright. That's just the way the lighting works right now. As you can see, it's making my machine chug. It's weird of me to show a design this far along and use a video. Record a video. It's a difficult thing. Let's see what we can do to change up our view, shall we? There we are. There's a better view for you. Here's our sidelong view, orthographic. As you can see, it's very fleeting. It's elegant, owing to the fact that this is a ship primarily for admirals. What do I classify this ship as? In my view, this ship is it's like a super yacht. This is a yacht specifically for the Admiralty to use on high stakes diplomatic missions, okay? So we are on our best behavior with our crew here on the Bolero, okay? If you look closely, you may have noticed that our Bassard collectors are triplicate. See? 1, 2, 3. On the Galaxy class, those were duplicate. There were 2 Bassard collectors per nacelle ram scoop. Bassard collector is another name. Here's our wonderful deflector. I'll turn it on for you. I'll turn on the nacelles for you as well. Main shuttle bay. As you can see from here, we have a drop bay. Here's our astronauts delivering our cargo in whatever this final image ends up being called. Maybe delivering hazardous cargo, something like that, to some colony. Evidently, we cannot survive on the surface because of these spacesuits. You see, not owing to the spacesuits, but the spacesuits are an indicator that the surface is dangerous. Don't look too close at these spacesuit models because they look like garbage. Here's how far away they're supposed to be seen, like that far away. So they don't need to be super detailed. They're what we call like a far away model. Visual lack of detail. As things in 3D modeling move away from the camera, it behooves us to make them less graphically intensive. There's no reason to have everything be the same level of detail. Sorry to ruin the magic, but things aren't always what they appear to be. The forward-facing mess hall, I think, is very cool. This would be like our 10 forward in TNG terms, right here. I see this as a crew of maybe 200, 250. I believe it has life pods for 200. That's these things right here, the escape pods. Very important. We have, if we look closely, what makes this ship unique. Okay, diplomatic missions. I'm thinking meetings. Okay, first contact. 3 different shuttle docking rings. 2. We have dueling boardrooms here on the left and the right of the bridge. Look at that. 2 different rooms. We can have 2 different conferences at the same time here. Okay. There's our turbo lift. Right down the middle of the ship. And I like the fact that we can go in the shuttle bay, go a little bit forward, and then go straight to the drop bay. So we can go in, park, get out of the shuttle, stand on the platform, go down the drop bay, down onto the surface. Okay, put the shuttle away, one and done. We're good. You know, that's what we're doing here. Okay. Don't save. Now, without further ado, let's make an attempt at looking at a near finished product. Forgive me if this slows the video down. Check that out. Strange, mysterious moon in the background. Also a mysterious sun, given that this cannot be the sun of Terra or Sol, S-O-L, as it were. Shit out of luck. Bizarre crystalline plant growth. Purple crystals on the ground. You can see one of our astronauts inspecting them if you look closely. We're delivering things. We're getting stuff done where the rubber meets the road, or in this case, the nacelles act as landing gear. So it's where the nacelle meets the planet surface. Okay. If we look closely, we can see an interesting anti-gravity sled that we're using to carry our goods. Here's an astronaut pulling it. There's an interesting frame, I think. I want to see more of this, okay? I want to see more of, you know, the brass tacks, okay? And I'm trying to bring that to fruition. Oftentimes what I'm making here is what I want to see. When one is making art, it's hard to keep yourself out of it, okay? It's hard to make something that you didn't want to see already. I want what I want, you want what I want, and hopefully they cross over at some point. And the last few videos I did make have been successful. People seem to be liking like the one-off joke videos, so I may keep doing some of that, but the core of the content needs to remain the more personal back and forth stuff here. I was thinking, should I like put my beard in like an elastic or something like that? Like, would that be cool? Does anyone do that? Maybe I should do that. Sorry for that one-off tangent. There we have it. Let's zoom right out. Strange looking, isn't it? It looks like gold foil, but it's sand. It looks like the moon's so far away. You know? It looks like the sun's so far away. But you break the illusion. That's how close they are. Look. Welcome to 3D modeling, you know. I'm the magician, right? And I'm showing you how the magic works. Maybe this isn't what you wanted. Maybe you wanted to go on believing that things were actual size. But they aren't. We use forced perspective. And in that regard, it's a lot like how it was done back in the day. Like, it's actually kind of similar to how we did model work, okay, with our hands. We use forced perspective then, and we use it now. And indeed, the further you zoom in, the more the details break down. So physical models, as well as 3D models, are better off viewed from afar. You know, enjoy from a distance, but do not touch. Yep. So hopefully that ship looks interesting. Hopefully it's a design that's a winner. You know, it's hard to determine when your final product's going to be a winner, I've noticed. I've had things that felt awesome. I felt like I was on the right track. I felt like I was in my lane. and I felt like this is going to be a home run. This is going to be another hit. And then it comes out on DeviantArt and it gets like no favorites. You know, it's hard to tell. And then other ones I just slap together in a second and everybody loves it. I've got a few that are years old and I still get emails about them to this day. Or Subspace Communications about them. Take your pick. So that was the Bolero. Let's see what else is going on. What in the world is this? Have you ever seen something like this? Hopefully not. Let's just move it out of the way of the Constitution class for a moment. And this is my low detail Constitution class. My good Constitution class is in the other version of Blender, Blender 2.9. This is 2.7 something. So forgive me if this looks a little bit worse than the Bolero, which was in 2.9. Here is another vessel from TOS. I always love the TOS look. I do like to go beyond it, but I always like to go back home now and then. You know, I get nostalgic for these things. So here's a ship that I'm thinking about taking forward into the next phase of development. It's a 1 nacelle ship with 2 engineering hulls. And yeah, you do see weird things like this in TOS. This is not out of the realm of possibility. This is... I have no name for it yet. So I'm just calling it like a TOS single nacelle ship class. For now, I'm considering rotating these. Is that cool? Seeing them like that? Do we like that? Remember, I said it in a few different Mark's design rooms. Beauty isn't everything. Beauty is important. Beauty comes out as a result of form and function working in tandem. Okay, so sometimes things are ugly, but then they have utility, and they come together to create a beautiful whole. So sometimes you need to incorporate ugliness to make a ship feel real, and when it feels real, it becomes beautiful. So is these navigation dishes, are these better splayed out like that? And we're not going with the full saucer here, owing to the fact that this is going to be considered a small ship. And I may reduce the overall size of the saucer, I'm not sure. Man, I just love these ugly ships. You know, like the Dingwall. Everybody's saying now, like, that's not ugly. That ship isn't ugly. What are you talking about? That ship's beautiful. It's a unique talent to come up with a ship that's ugly, memorable, and funny. They may have achieved it with the Cerritos on Star Trek Lower Decks. Maybe. Depending on who you ask. But it's a unique talent. And I'm not saying I have it necessarily, because self-praise is no praise. But I'm trying. And does this ship capture it? Are we funny, ugly, and cute? You know? Sometimes it's hard to resist the urge to make these nacelle pylons curve like this, you know? It's really just TOS that does the straight nacelle pylons like this. They don't have it in Star Trek Enterprise. Or after. So it's an interesting choice. I like the straight nacelle pylons. In fact, I'm one of these weirdos who likes it when it goes this way. And this is just an example. Call me crazy, but I like the forward facing, like the forward lurching nacelle pylons. Again, with the environmental controls here, my god. I was thinking about this. kind of like a different shuttle bay type of thing here. What do you think of this? Is that cool? That thing jutting out like that? Does that improve the overall shape or make it worse? Is that good and ugly or ugly and bad? So you want us to make it look so good that you forget that it doesn't look ugly. No, I think he means he wants us to look ugly and that wants us to look so good that it's ugly. No. I think he means he wants us to be good and scary. That's right. Good and scary. Is this good and scary? I don't know. I'm going to get rid of it for now. Don't mind me taking a guess where this torpedo comes out. Taking a guess where the aft torpedo tube is on the Constitution class. Don't mind me, guys, trying to make something up here. You may think you know the Constitution class, but when you try to remodel the Constitution class yourself from scratch, you'll realize you don't know anything about the Constitution class. There's a lot of strange little things in the Constitution class that you don't realize, or you don't realize was not actually explained. It's complicated, guys. And here's something that's way out there. This is way in the conceptual stage. This is by far the least done. We've seen the Bolero almost done. We've seen the last ship we just looked at, the single nacelle TOS ship. That's beyond the concept stage. It's getting into the, let's see if we're going to go with this stage. Let's see if we can finish the basic geometry stage. This is in the moving parts around, not sure, dream state design phase, okay? This is a potential successor to spherical hulled ships. I'm imagining this existing somewhere in the 26th century. So it's a very out there design. I'm not sure how these nacelles should connect yet to this structure here. But look at the strange shape. Futuristic. But is it Starfleet? A fascinating idea I've had for how to incorporate a navigational deflector into a new spherical ship, a streamlined ergonomic spherical ship. And that's like this. What do you think? Is that cool? Having it from the front like that? See how it's like notched in this weird way? So it's facing forward. Is that cool? Is that bad? Is that cringe? Would you fly on this? I think it looks a little bit like medicine or something. So looks a little bit like a suppository, but not quite sure. There's something definitely wrong with the nacelles. I want to make this idea of a spherical hull that's irregular like this. I want to make it work somehow. There's got to be some way to make this work in the context of Star Trek. But I can't. Is this it? Did I figure it out here, or is there something wrong? Should this design here be more streamlined into it? This looks like some kind of pop tab, like a tab for a can of pop, or soda, you might call it. And this is some kind of strange, I don't know, it looks like a candy. It looks like a sucker. It looks like you're supposed to put this in your mouth and suck it enough times till you get to the center. How many times did it take to get to the center? Nobody knows. Should it have 4 nacelles? I think no, but I'm not sure. But isn't this a weird way for nacelles to be aligned like this? Right? And we're just going to show you an example of what it's going to look like when it's doubled over. Like that. Is that cool? I'm in the I don't know phase here. I'm in the concept, dreaming, meditating, Zen phase, where anything could happen, and indeed anything could go wrong. So this is an example of a weird future spherical hull ship that I may scrap entirely. I may go back to the drawing board literally, because a lot of these started as drawings. But what do you think? What in the world is this? This one's a joke. Don't take this seriously. Sometimes I like to kit bash things together in insane ways just to have fun. Actually, let's have some fun right now, shall we? Oh my god, what are you doing? You can't do this. You can't do this. You need to stop. This is a bad idea. You're going to get somebody hurt. You can't keep doing this. You can't just keep adding engineering hulls to your ship. In this economy, that many engineering hulls, it just doesn't seem feasible. Well, here it is. Huh? Oh my gosh. Lad. Scotty's gonna have a field day. Think of the engineering we can do. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times the engineering? That's how it works, right? 8 engineering hulls, 8 times the engineering, 8 times the work for Scotty. He's gonna have his hands full. Holy crap. And to boot, 1 nacelle. Can't beat that. And look where the bridge is. That sounds safe. You know what? I think we need a speed boost. I think we gotta get another nacelle in there. What do you think? Can we get another nacelle? Can I get another one? Yeah, let's just get another one. Let's get him down here. Let's just wedge him in there, into the middle of the engineering hulls, where they will not work right, because we need 50% at least line of sight with each nacelle, according to Gene Roddenberry and I think Andrew Probert, in terms of design principles. Yeah, maybe that's almost just barely 50% line of sight, but I don't know. The fact that I'm questioning, if you have to ask, it's not right with nacelles, okay? If you have to ask if there's 50% line of sight, there's a problem. Yeah, so there we go. Here's my ship. We're pushing off next Wednesday, and we'll be underway, and no one can stop us because we've got all the engineering hulls we need. We've got 3 nacelles, and basically we're going to do some engineering. So if you get between me and my engineering, I'll engineer my way right through you so fast you won't even know it hit you. This is a complete joke, and disregard it for the purposes of this video. So that was our design room for this period of time. It seems to be a random amount of time between these. Are these filler? Well, filler isn't supposed to be fun. It's fun for me. This is my favorite type of video because this is what I like to do. My reviews were secondary to this originally. When I started doing this, reviews were just a way to show off what I was modeling, just because I had spent so much time doing it, and I had minor success at it in other mediums outside of reviews. So hopefully people have been taking something from my review style, seeing the different approach, like with regards to my attention to background detail. And no, the detail is not perfect, nor does it have to be. It only has to be funny. Right? And I'm glad that some people are taking it in that direction that I was intending to get the inherent humor of the thing. Because my life is funny. Okay, it's funny being on an old Star Trek ship that's about to blow up every 5 seconds. It's really funny. And look who wants to say goodbye. Say goodbye. Oh, now she doesn't want to say anything. Now you don't want to say anything. The ship's cat. Go back and do cat stuff, okay? But don't get into anything dangerous. Get going. I'm Mark, and I'm signing off. See you guys in a little bit. Again, Lower Decks is coming up, as well as a few things between now and then. See you later.